All right, Happy New Year, everybody. Can you believe it's already 2019? Well, almost in a couple of days. Um, wow, I've been really busy lately, but I missed you guys and I missed the cards, and I wanted to create a 2019 forecast video for you. Pick a card reading, letting you know what energies and what types of, well, not situations, but energies that you might be dealing with in the coming year. I think that everyone gets really excited at the beginning of the year, and these readings are super fun. So I hope you enjoy. And oh, with that, I need to let you know which pile is which. So starting with my left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. So if you need to pause the video, of course, you can do that. Kind of take a deep breath and see which pile is calling to you. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. So we have the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Wands. For the Moon card, what do you need to release? Lightning and the High Priest. Oops, I was a little bit off here. I'll move the cards so you can see a little better. Well, actually, I just zoom out a little bit. Oh, that's better. That's much better. Okay, now, so what I think you're going to be dealing with in 2019 is there is some sort of decision that you need to make. Here with the 8 of Swords, you're kind of in a stalemate. You see this angelic figure is holding a sword, one pointing up and one pointing down. So it seems like you're probably trying to weigh the pros and cons. Maybe you're waiting for some things to manifest before you can move forward. So anyway, then with the 4 of Wands, this figure is taking aim, and from the look of determination on her face, I believe she's going to hit her target. So once you get past this point of needing to make a decision, and you are committed and you take aim, I believe that there's going to no doubt be success for you in the coming year. With the Moon card, it says, what do you need to release? So in your decision making, you might need to let go of a certain outcome that you anticipated, or let go of some things. Of course, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? So there's going to need to be a release. This may be a release of emotion. You might be going through some kind of grief. You may have experienced something during 2018 or even before that you may not even realize is there, but you need to release and let go and be cleansed of in the coming year. So with the Lightning card, when I think of lightning, I think of, you know, just brilliance in the sky where it was otherwise dark. So I believe the decision is going to come to you, the right decision. You're not going to remain in that stalemate situation. There is going to be a movement forward, and it's going to be like a bolt of lightning. The ideas are going to come in like a bolt of lightning. I also see associated with this lightning, also with the Moon card, where it says, what do you need to release? So lightning is also a release of pent-up energy. So you might just find yourself just maybe having a little bit of a breakdown moment, or a breakthrough, rather. I would say more of a breakthrough, where you can just kind of let go of some things that you were holding on to, were a little unsure of, and you can move forward. Now the High Priest says intend and create. So reminding you that what you think about, you bring about, right? So what you think about, you bring about. So it's this focused intention that you're going to have once you move past this state of indecision, and you focus on that one thing, that you're going to be successful in your endeavors for 2019. So another thing that I see here is that the Four of Wands is wearing, the figure in the Four of Wands is wearing a falcon or a hawk on her head, and there's also a hawk that appears here in the High Priest card. So hawks are about visions and being a visionary and looking for signs from above. So I would just encourage you to continue to, to dream, to focus on the positive and that outcome that you really, really want, because you create your future. We all create our own futures through the decisions that we make here in this card. So yeah, I definitely see some breakthroughs, some, maybe not a breakdown, let's not say that, but 2019 is going to be a year of, kind of clearing out the clutter and having a lightning fast. Once you get motivated, once you realize what your next step is, it's going to happen really, really quickly. And it's going to be the way that you built it. See, he's holding what looks to me like a wrench. I don't think this is a wrench. This is symbolism from ancient Egypt, but when I see that, I think about, building and creating and making things the way that you want them. So, all right. So that's 2019 for pile number 1. Let's see what 2019 brings for pile number 2. So we've got the Two of Wands, the King of Air. For the Moon card, the new moon in Aquarius. And then the message to exchange energy to create abundance. So right away with these two figures, they look like sisters to me, but they may not be sisters. They're definitely related, right? They look alike. But with the fire energy, it kind of, what I'm seeing here is that there's probably a relationship going on as you start 2019 that has some conflict, some relationship conflict. This could be your significant other. It could be a relative, but it is someone that you have some type of tie to. You can see that their braids are intertwined. This could be a business partner, but there is some type of, what I see is disagreement or conflict, some type of conflict of interest here taking place. And with the King of Air, the words and the conflict kind of go hand in hand. The message with the Moon card is to bring love into the situation. Now, Aquarius, this is the new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is the Star card in the tarot, and the Star card is one that heralds healing and finding your destiny. And I don't think that the conflict with this person is, the destiny of the situation. I think from what I'm seeing is that healing is to take place during 2019, that's the destiny for this situation. Right now, things are at a standstill. That's what it says with this card. Things are at a standstill. And with that, there's also the message to maybe now is not the time to act. Maybe now you just kind of retreat, stand back, stand still to assess the situation further. Yeah. And also meditation, getting quiet and kind of listening will help. And then trader says an exchange of energy to create abundance. So sometimes when we're having conflict with someone, um, I've been married a long time, I've been through a lot of this, so I can speak from experience. Sometimes the other person doesn't know what it is that we need so that we can move forward. If they've done something to make us angry or make us feel like we've been betrayed or let down, they don't know what it is. They may want to make it better, um, but they don't really understand what we need from them in order for us to be able to move forward so the relationship can move forward. So maybe taking some time to consider, because you may not know yourself, right? Sometimes we don't know ourselves. What could that person do to make things better? Meditate, write it down if you have to, journal it. But definitely with the trader, the exchange of energy to create abundance. So I see this man, he looks very sincere. He has his hand over his heart. He's created things for the marketplace, and it looks like that he's done this with his heart and with full intention to please whoever he does business with, right? So, you know, the message here is if you come forward with a heartfelt intention that you want to heal the situation and move forward, that this energy exchange, you're going to be blessed. In other words, you'll be blessed, and I feel that things can get better and move forward. With the way these cards laid out, you know, we can read the Two of Wands as being creative endeavors and all of that, but I really feel that this is from a relationship standpoint, from the view of a relationship. Maybe it's not a romantic relationship, maybe it's you know, a sibling relationship, a parent relationship, you know, whatever relationship. Maybe it's a friendship. But you have the power of the King of Air here, listening to spirit, right? Listening and giving a listening ear to the other person. I really feel that in 2019 you can heal these hurts and you can create a better future. So if you pick that pile, God bless, and I look forward to your healing as well. So here we go. On to pile number 3. Again with the twos. Got the Two of Air, the King of Earth, Time for Healing, the Andean Cross, and the High Priestess, Harness Mystic Powers. So when I look at this Two of Air, often it means decision making, but what I'm really feeling and what I'm sensing when I look at this is a person recognizing the light and dark within themselves, and finding balance. And there with the King of Earth, I feel that you will find your balance by spending more time in nature. Perhaps, perhaps you've been maybe not necessarily suffering from a physical illness, but maybe some anxiety, uh, some anxiety that's made you feel unhealthy. That makes sense. And there with the King of Earth, I see you coming into a place in 2019 where you can find more balance and return to health. With the Moon card, it says that it's a time for healing. So 2019 is going to usher in healing for you. The Andean Cross is another symbol for what I refer to as the medicine wheel, with the 4 directions and creator in the middle. So again, with the coming into balance and into health, I think that you're going to see things or have a balance with things from all directions. You know, your home life, your work life, and all of those things coming into focus for you in 2019 to help you achieve greater balance. Now, this could also be as far as your finances are concerned. If you felt a little worried, a little anxious over your finances, feeling like things were a bit out of balance, I feel that they're going to come into balance in 2019 there with the King of Earth. And you'll be making some solid decisions for your financial future. So it just came to me there with the Andean cross, keeping God and spirituality at the focus, right? You've heard people say, you know, it's God first, family second, and the job third. So putting things into order will help you bring about this balance. And the High Priestess says, harnessing mystic power. Harnessing mystic power. So if you were struggling with anxiety or physical illness, recognizing your spiritual need and your spirituality will help you in achieving that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I see for you in 2019. It looks like a really good year, a time of coming into a more solid foundation. So things were rocky before. I think they're going to even out for you in 2019 with the moon, a time for healing. So, all right, let's move on to stack number 4. So we have the 8 of Wands, the 6 of Water, I should say the 8 of Fire, the 6 of Water. The Moon card is the new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than to take. Shamanic card is the Ghost Dance, and Spring, see your seeds grow. So right away when I lay out these cards, I just get a general sense of sweetness, just utter sweetness when I look at this. The expression on the woman in the card, the 6 of Water, and she's holding out what looks like a little locket bracelet, like she's offering something to you that's beautiful. With the new moon in Virgo, I'm not sure you can see that. I hope you can, but just the figure of a woman with her eyes closed and the flowers wreathed around her head. And with the Ghost Dance, it also looks a bit like a feminine figure. You can't really tell because it's kind of a ghosty figure. And then Spring, when I see the rabbit, I think of abundance. So if you chose this pile, you're just going to have a really sweet 2019. That's what I see. Starting off the year, you'll be in that creative flow. This woman is dancing, doing the fire dance, you know. So there's going to be a lot of warmth, a lot of creativity. What I see for this stack in particular is if you're already pregnant, then welcoming a new baby into the family, a new family member. If you are trying to get pregnant, I see that can come to fruition this year, and because there with the rabbit, with the fertility, and seeing your seeds grow, I think that's on a physical level that it's speaking to. That physically you can bring forth life this year, and it's really sweet. You know, there's just, when I see this, just immediately the vibration raised from the other card stacks. This is awesome. So a time to give rather than a time to take. You know, just again there with the 6 of Water, she's making an offering. So a time of generosity, of having abundance, having more, having met our needs, and then having a little something extra that we can give away. I see that happening for you in 2019 if it's not all about a baby. Now with the Ghost Dance is about bringing the ancestors together with our current life. So sometimes when we have children, I know a little bit about that too, we'll say to ourselves, we'll say, oh, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make that mistake that my parents made, or I'm not going to make that mistake with my kids, and I'm not going to do that. That's from the generations of the past. So perhaps with this new baby coming into our lives, or new project, or abundance, let's say that we got an inheritance and there's abundance coming into our lives. Let's say not saying to ourselves with a negative slant. Let's say, I want to honor the good things that my parents did, right, and my grandparents did, and I want to ask that they would step forward and advise me on a spiritual level. What can I do positive for my kids? And things of that nature. So that's the only word of caution really here with this spread. Not really caution, just a reminder to honor the ancestors in this, whatever it is, if it's a child, or if it's, financial endeavor, or what have you, just to honor them, and maybe light a candle for them and ask them to be present. So I just love this rabbit. Spring, in the springtime, see your seeds grow. So the springtime will probably be a very significant time for you during 2019. So, all right, let's move on to the last one. This one was absolutely fantastic. On to pile number 5. Queen of Water, the Ace of Earth, Moon card is the first quarter moon, the Medicine Wheel, and then Mountains. So the Queen of Water, she's all about emotions. They're the Cancers, the Pisces, and the Scorpios of the zodiac sign. And it looks like you're probably going to be dealing with a lot of emotion in 2019. And the start of something new here with this, it's the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Dragons in the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. I love dragons. The Moon card says that your commitment is being tested. Your commitment is being tested. So I don't really get the sense that this is talking about a relationship. There with the Mountains, it says to stand your ground. I think that this could be about so let's say, for example, you've started a healing process and you've been seeing a counselor, and during that time some emotions come up that maybe you don't want to deal with. Let's face it, who wants to, right? And then there's fear, right? And your first reaction might be a tendency to stuff those emotions, or say, oh, I don't want to talk about it, or oh, I don't want to deal with it. However, your commitment is being tested. Your commitment to this journey, this cycle. So the spirits are just asking you in 2019 to be committed, if that's what's happening, right? If that's what's happening. I'm just saying that's a for example. And then you have the Medicine Wheel showing up. So I believe that you will be going through a cycle of healing, because that's what this is about. And I think you're going to have an opportunity to see it and see yourself and see your emotions from all directions. but it says to stand your ground. Now, if you were wrong in this situation, the spirits wouldn't ask you to stand your ground. Sometimes when we see a mountain as a symbol, we think about a challenge or having to climb a mountain, but I don't feel like this is what Spirit's saying to us. They're saying you should be the mountain. You should be solid and be the mountain. And I feel that when you come through this cycle, that's what you're going to be. You're going to feel stronger, and you're going to be just like that. I don't see this as being a huge challenge for you. I see this as being, positive, like perhaps you've already been through some difficult things, and this is just kind of the final fine-tuning of that cycle. So the Queen of Water, she's also about intuition. She's also about intuition. So let's apply another example. So if you're not trusting your intuition, and we all do this, I do this, I say, oh, I know that this is right, and this feels right, and someone gives me their opinion and their viewpoint, and it's different from what I knew in my intuition to be correct, and then I start to waver, and then I start to falter. Oh, what if that person's right? So Spirit's telling you is you're not wrong. Your intuition is strong. It's going to continue to grow here with the Ace of Pentacles. You just need to remain committed to it. When you get a feeling and you know something is right, and you know a decision is right, or you know one of your assessments is right, go with it. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. That's what they're saying. And if you happen to feel fearful, if you get an intuitive feeling about a situation and it's a little bit scary to follow through, know that your dragon is with you there in the Ace of Earth. I know sometimes for me, if I get a little scared, or I start to feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't trust my intuition, maybe I should, lean toward what other people are saying, and not sticking with what I know is right inside of me. Sometimes I imagine that my dragon is with me, and I just don't feel so scared anymore. I just feel solid because I know that the dragon is right, and he will defend me. So there you have it. Your commitment's being tested. I don't think in a huge way. I think it's going to be in small ways that are going to make you solid and stronger, like the mountain in 2019. So those are good things to come for you. So all right, guys, that wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed your reading. It is my sincere hope and desire to bring you an accurate reading and to bring to you messages that resonate with you. All right, so I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.